Okay, so for the past couple of days, I've seen this trend going around. It's not really a big trend, but I've seen it a little more recently and saw it with one of the people that I follow, and she did a yarn journal, which is basically what she did was she was doing a blanket and she put her swatches and all this kind of stuff. So knowing myself, now I have intrusive thoughts 99% of the time, and I have ADHD, I got a journal and I've started making a yarn journal. Hi, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And today we are gonna be, as I said, we are gonna be working on my yarn journal. I just got this a couple days ago. I think it was like probably Thursday, if not Friday. And we're gonna update it because I've done swatches, but I have not updated it. And it was for this cardigan that I'm actually wearing right now. We're gonna be doing that. And I have all my supplies right here laid out and everything. If you want to get started on this, you would need a traditional journal like this. I got this off of Michael's. I think it was like, I don't know, maybe like at least $10. And for this, it's just dotted paper. Just dotted paper. You can't really see on here because they're super tiny, but it's dotted paper. You can get line paper. It doesn't really matter. I was trying to get line paper, but they didn't have any at Michael's. But the other line papers had designs and stuff, and I wanted a blank journal. You can get one with designs, does not matter. But I wanted to get a blank one because I wanted to put stickers all over it. Which, if y'all like these stickers, they are by Milky Tomato. She has a whole website and an Etsy. You can go follow her page. Her stickers are amazing. They're super cute. I have my stickers already. I will be putting more on because I'm like that. And I saw a lot of journals, like these journals, that have a crap ton of stickers on them, and I want to achieve that. I want to be a journal girl. Yeah. But the supplies, or at least for me, and if y'all are taking this as inspiration, then I will try to do a deep dive on how I would do this. So the supplies you're gonna need is journal. I would say a pencil, just in case you want to do doodles or anything and just sketch stuff out. You'll also need a pen. I'm using the Sharpie S Gel pen. These are really nice. Once you get them, when you get them first, they will have like a clear thing on the tip of the pen. Just take that off. It's just a little protector thing when you first get them. But I use these. These are really nice. They don't smudge unless if you touch it straight away, but after, like, as soon as you start writing and then test it, it's super, it doesn't smudge at all. Next, this is kind of, you know, depending on what you have. You can use pencil, like color pencils, markers, doesn't matter. I'm a little more fancy because I've already had these. I have some calligraphy pens, just a whole array of colors. Just some oranges, just some pinks, blues, purples, just kind of felt pens. These are also double-sided too, so they have a thin tip over here. And then there's the color brush on top, which is what the colors are for. And then if I don't have a specific color that I want, I also have highlighters. These are the Mild Liner Zebra double-ended mild ink pens. And these are double-sided. So one-sided is the highlighter end, and then the other side is more of a felt tip pen. And I got these I think 2 years ago, beginning of freshman year of high school, because I'm a junior. I know I look way younger than I should be. I'm 17, but people mistaken me for like 14. So it's great. I did get these 2 years ago. These work really well. Love them super much. I would say, depending on if your markers bleed, I would say put a page or like put paper underneath the page you're working on, just so your marker does not bleed through the other pages and then you don't have to rip them out or anything. So that's what you're gonna need. You can have other stickers or anything like that, any other materials like stickers or anything like that, which not right now, but in the future, which I would recommend if you are trying to do this like long time and not just kind of do it for a short time, then kind of give up on it. I would recommend like a Canon like printer thing where you can download your pictures to that and it'll print out pictures for you. I'm probably gonna get one of those in a couple months or so, just so I can glue pictures in here. So I will get one of those, and then I'm also gonna get more stickers to put on my journal. But yeah, so let's get right into which we're gonna finish the journal for the cardigan, and then I'm gonna journal for some other projects in the future, like think of some projects I want to do. So that'll be the main gist of what we're doing. So let's get started on journaling the page for the cardigan. So as you see for the first page, I did my little swatches right here. With each one has the brand, the color, and the weight. So for the first one, it's like the brand, all these brands, all this yarn is from Loops and Thread. So it's all Loops and Thread yarn. This one is colored light blue, and then the weight for all of them is 44. Basically how, if you want a brief tutorial on how to do this, is you take the first page, fold it in half, not completely all the way half, I would say bump it a little bit over, just so when you flip it, you're not struggling to flip. See, like if I flip mine, it flips easy with no struggle. And then what you do is, which I would also recommend, get a hole puncher. It doesn't matter what size, but I would say get more on the bigger end. The one I have is from Fiskar. It's the purple one. I don't know what size specifically it is, but this is the color handle that it is. So if you have a hole puncher and it's color handle, you're in the clear. You could use bigger or smaller, but I would suggest this one because it works perfectly for me. You can go bigger or whatever, but I would recommend this one, the purple one. Super simple, and you'll punch through as many holes as you need for your color swatches. So I had to punch 8. This cardigan is 8 colors in total. And then what you do is you take a string of yarn. I would say get it a little longer. You're gonna fold it. You're gonna fold it once. So you're gonna cut where the loop is, cut that, and then fold it again. So it's double stranded, basically. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna feed it through here, and you're gonna loop it. So it should look like this. Like here's some examples. Like it should look like that when you loop it through. Make sure you tug it tight, but not too tight where you rip the paper. And then from there, you just kind of look at your yarn label and put all the information down. And then for the title, I just did bubble letters and outlined it in pen. I did try to attempt this the first time. The title was wonky and I did not like it. But I don't know what I'm going to do for the page yet. I'm going to doom scroll on TikTok for a little bit and get some inspo. Because I want to draw a cardigan. But the thing is, if I want to color it, I'm going to have to figure out a way to do that, or I can just do a little doodle and just outline it. But I'm gonna do scroll on TikTok for a little bit and Pinterest to get some inspo, and I'll come back once I have a full outline of how I want the page to be set up and everything like that. Alright, so I've finally finished. It took me a little longer than I thought it would because I was trying to make it my best handwriting, because my handwriting I'm very stubborn about because it's not the greatest, but it's not like chicken scratch. You know what I mean? So this is the setup that we're doing. This is the setup. I did take inspo from another creator on how she did it, but just kind of different. It's basically almost like hers, but I did switch some things around, like kind of reworded some things. So I have my title up here, which I'm going to add a highlighter like here. And then I have the pattern, which I'd used a mix of two, so I'll put both. And then I'll have my time, the day that I started, and then the day that I finished it. And I'll probably put times too, because why not just be more accurate. And then total time, which I already put, this was 4 days because I started Thursday. Because I took a picture Friday of me, I think halfway through it, or about halfway done. So, and then that's how I knew that I started Thursday. And then favorite and least favorite thing that I was doing in the cardigan. And then I did reminders here, a little bulletin points. Which for mine, I did hollowed out because I like that look. And then this empty space right here, that'll be for the sketch. So, which I'll have to find cardigan sketches, like doodles that I can do. And then I'm going to try to color it to the best of my ability with my swatches. Because the only color that I don't really have is probably navy. That's probably it. And my blues are, well, actually I can do the blues, never mind. But the only thing that I don't have is navy. So I'll color the cardigan to how it is the pattern wise. I just won't put navy in it because I don't have navy. If y'all are mad that I didn't put navy in it, suck it up, buttercup. Because I don't know what to tell you. Unless you want me to color with pen. No, because it's not black. It's navy. Which is the thing that I think people get confused about the most. How people look at say I have like a navy, I have a zip up that is white and navy, but the navy is so dark that it looks black, and so people mistaken it for black. I'm like, no, it's actually navy, and they're like, no, that's not navy, that's black. It's too dark to be navy. I'm like, navy is a dark blue. It's very dark, and that's why I love it so much, because it's nice and I like it. It clashes with my skin. So now, after we did all that, I'm going to outline it and highlight it in However before I put all my other stuff. I think I'm gonna do the sketch last, just so I can get all my info done, and then do the sketch. And the way that this is probably gonna take forever, because I am very nitpicky and I'm gonna spend so much time trying to perfect it. So we're gonna be here for a while. And then for my next project, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I might, look around and see what I can do, and I'll get a page started for it, just so I already have it set up, everything already done, and then I just gotta fill the info in. That's literally all I gotta do. But yeah, and each page, the setup is gonna be different. I'm not gonna keep it the same because I want this to be more unique. I'll probably keep doing the swatches because I really like that. But I will find another project and I'll set it up a different way. I'll still kind of keep the ideas, like the least favorite, the reminders, the time, the pattern, all that. I'll just write it in a different, I'll just set it up in a different way, just so it's not this is exact same format, same content, but rewritten differently and formatted differently. I'm going to start, and I will be back in start time before I do all this is 4:18. I'd like to get done with this in probably 30 minutes to an hour. So I'll be back once I get the whole page done. Okay, so time right now is exactly 4:48, so this took me about 30 minutes on the dot. And for the colors, as I said earlier, I did pick lavender and baby pink because it gave spring. And I didn't want to put any blues or greens because that's already in the cardigan. So this is the layout. I outlined it and everything, filled in all my extra. I still gotta fill in the pattern, but I'll probably do that last or something, just so I can actually look it up, make sure I get the names right, all that. But I pretty much have everything. So I'm gonna find some cardigan doodles on Pinterest because I feel like there's a couple. And I'll try to find one that's closest to a hexagon cardigan or like an open cardigan somewhat and color it like that. I'll sketch it first, make sure it looks good, and I'll sketch in pencil like the stripes, and then I'll just color over it. But how I'm gonna do it is I'm gonna find the sketch that I want, take a random piece of paper, not out of this, just a normal piece of paper, trace it over my iPad, then take that, trace it on here, and since it'll be pencil, I'll flip it and trace it, so then the pencil gets imprinted, and then I'll just fix whatever needs to be fixed. So I'm gonna go look on Pinterest, find some cardigan doodles, and I'll come back once I find the closest one I can find to the granny square cardigan. So I did some digging and I found one that's pretty close. This is what the doodle looks like. It looks pretty good. I sketched it onto my iPad and then I traced it here and then I just filled it in and then you can kind of see there's stripes. There we go. You can see there's like lines. That just kind of helps me know where to put the colors. And I'm not gonna put black because it's just gonna be too much. I'm gonna use that for the colors to blend it out and make sure that the colors are going in the right part. And then after that, I will just have to erase that and put the pattern up here. And then after that, we are done with this cardigan page. And then we'll find some inspo for my next project and go from there and start another page for that new piece. All right, so after I did all that, I finished up a couple last things, and this looks so freaking cute. Look how cute this is. So we got the title, which is hexagon cardigan. Then we did the pattern, which the pattern for me, I used Passionate Knit Kelsey, and then the other half was Cameron Kane, which I love both. They are both fantastic. And then the time was, I started March 27th of this year at 6:32, and then I ended it at March 30th. I think that was a Sunday. That was yesterday at 12:12 a.m. The other day, when I started, it was p.m. And then the total time was 4 days. And then we have favorite thing was making the panels, because of course. And then my least favorite was connecting the panels and weaving in the extra ends I had to do, because I had to weave in extra ends because the trims on the side and on the sleeve, you can't really see it on the sleeve because it's the same color, but I did trim on the sleeves. It added just extra ends, and that was last minute. And then for reminders, I put, which I would say if you're doing hexagon cardigans, I would say do this as well. Check your clusters to make sure that they are correct. For me, I did chain once between my clusters. If you don't, just make sure they're all the same and not one have something different. Then weave it on your ends before putting it on, because I had one of the centers of my hexagons not weaved in before I put it on today. So I wove that in today. Count your rows for both panels just so they are the exact same and not one is more than the other. And then try it on time after time before you're done. Just so, like, try on your panels here and there, just so you know it's a good size. Like for this, with the sleeve, for how long the sleeve is and how long the cardigan is itself. Just so, because you don't want to just make it, just rough out the measurements and then finish it and then put it on and then you not liking the size. Like it's too long, the sleeves are too short or whatever. Yeah, so we have my little swatches for the whole cardigan, and then we flip it, have the page. Which the thing I really like about this page is the doodle, which it's a rough replica of what I have on. The colors are not exact, obviously, but I did try to look off my cardigan to the best of my ability. I will most definitely getting a print thing, the picture printer, to download it to your phone and print pictures off of your phone. But I do like the doodle idea. I do love the doodle idea. The doodle idea is perfect for now. She is finally done. And then what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna look on Pinterest and look for some other things to make a journal about. I think I might honestly make one about, maybe like do a bag. I haven't done a bag in a hot minute, you know, besides like my usual stuff. I haven't done like a cute bag or anything for spring or anything. The closest I've done is like a shoulder bag, but that's pretty much it. I want to do like a tote bag. So I might look on Pinterest real quick, find some inspo, and then once I find a bag I like, we'll, you know, set up a page for it. So I'll be back once I have found the project that I want, and we'll start doing, I think I'm gonna do the color swatches again, because I really love that idea for all my projects, doing color swatches, and the next page being a page about the project. I'm gonna find my project and then find colors I want to use for it, and then we'll get started on probably doing the color swatches, doing all that, and then also doing the setup for it, just the setup. We're not gonna add any more info because obviously I don't have it done yet, but I will do a setup for it, wait for until the project's done, and then we'll fill it out once it's all done. So I'll be back once I pick the bag. Okay, so I finally picked a bag, and this one's more of a tote, and it's green and square, and it's this pattern by, once again, Eleni Jones, which is the creator of the buttercup top that I made a couple videos back at the beginning of my spring top series. So I'm gonna make that for sure. And for hers, it looks like, she's got a lot. I think she's got like 6 or 7 colors. So I'm gonna, I think she's got, hold on, count. Okay, so I lied. It's actually 6 colors for the whole bag. It's 6 colors because there's a hot, she uses hot pink, baby pink, a green, a tealish blue, yellow, then white. So I think that is 6 colors in total. So I am gonna do that for sure. It's the only thing that's gonna be tricky is putting the squares together, which I'm probably gonna hate the most out of this whole thing because I hate connecting squares because it's like sewing them But I can slip stitch. It's not as bad, but I can work around it. So I'm gonna go pick my colors, just so I kind of know what to write down for my color swatches. And then we'll make the first half of our page dedicated to the bag. So we'll get right to it once I have officially picked the colors for the bag. Okay, so as you can see, I have my colors over here. I don't need them. Oh, actually, I am gonna need them. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing the color swatch like we did here. But instead of 8, we're gonna do them for 6 because I have 6 colors. So here's a little mini tutorial on how to do the color swatches. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take the next page you have and you're gonna fold it in half, but not all the way to the crease. You're gonna do it a little bit just so when you fold it, it's nice and simple and doesn't get caught. So just like that, just fold it. And then now when I turn the page, it doesn't get caught or anything, so like that. Like that. And I left, since mine's dotted, I left like between the 2 dots, I folded in between it. Then, next up is to hole punch your holes. For me personally, I like to evenly distribute the holes, like make them even between each other. So I just kind of guess and check everything. Just check and see if that works, give it a nice distance. And then once I get that distance, then I'll put the hole punches in. I put my hole punches in the squares. So I'll scribble over a square and that's where I'm gonna hole punch. So I'll come back once I have all those hole punches and tell you the next step. So now that I have marked all my little squares, I got it pretty even. It's just up here, it's only like 1 square difference, but I don't care. So what you're gonna do now is where you scribbled or X'd or however you marked it, where you're gonna hole punch, you're gonna hole punch in that same spot. And you might not be right on the dot, so if there's any leftover pencil or whatever, just erase it and it'll be perfectly fine. So you're just gonna take your hole puncher, do your trusty dusty hole puncher. I'm gonna fold this up just so I have it better. And you're just gonna line it up and hole punch all these holes out. Just like that. And you're gonna do that for all the holes that you have created. Just like that. And you're going through both of them, not just one. So you'll see the holes on the other side as well. So then this is the tricky part. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get your colors. Doesn't matter what order you put them, it's just kind of random. So you're gonna take it, you're gonna cut a, ooh, that's a lot of pink. You're gonna take a good strand. It doesn't need to be ridiculously long, but it needs to be long enough for this to work. Get a long strand. So that's good. Then you're gonna take both ends of your skein and you're going to line them up so it's double stranded right now. Then where there's that loop that is created at the end, you're gonna cut that. So after you got that, you're gonna fold it again. You just make sure it's pretty lined up and you can trim it if needed. Like, see, mine's a little long, so I'm just gonna trim it just slight. And you're gonna fold it and you're not gonna cut it. You're not gonna cut it. So how I do mine is I take the loops of the yarn. So you got the little loops pinched. You're gonna shove it in the hole that you hole punched. This is the tricky part because it is kind of hard getting these through the hole. But after some time and practice and doing this multiple times, you get used to it. So now I have my yarn through the hole, as you can see. You're gonna take the loop. This is why I said do it long, because then you'll be able to do this easy. Take the loop. So I have the loop and I have the string. You're gonna pull the yarn through the loop and tighten it. So it looks like that. And you're gonna do that for all the colors you have into every hole. And I would say leave it like long for now, because you're gonna end up trimming it to your liking. So I will come back once I have all of my yarn into my hole punches. So now I have all my colors. As you can see, nice to lay out. It does not matter. You can put them in color order, you cannot. That's how I did my last one, if you can see. how ironically when I put these in order from top to bottom, they're in the exact same order as how I did on my cardigan. So I did it like that because I liked it, but this one, I don't know what color I'm about to do, so I just put them in a nice, cute, just random. I didn't want to put all the colors close together. If they don't look good, you can take it out and redo it again. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down to length because we don't want this sticking out of our notebook. And for me, I'm very nitpicky. Like, I will cut these to make sure they are dang near the exact same length to a thread. So you can, I say how I do it is I cut one and then I use that as a base and then go through the others and cut it at the same length. And then I use the other one as the base and keep going until I get it all over. And then I'll check them, give them one more tug, just make sure they're tight, and then cut any excess off. How I do is I kind of pull it tight a little bit, not super tight, but a good bit. And I cut enough to where it still sticks out, but it's not like hanging out of the notebook. So it's gonna look like that, how that cream is. It's gonna look like that. And now I'm gonna use this cream as my base on how I want the others to look, around the same length. And then we'll go from there and they'll all look nice and pretty. And then after this, I gotta do all the description for them and create a good title for it. So yeah, I'll come back once I got all my things done and I'll show you what it looks like. So I have all my swatches done like this. I didn't have to cut them. They were a little longer before, but I had to cut them because they were getting short, like down here. Or no, it was up here. They were getting short. So I had to recut them and trim them to make sure they were about the same length. So now, after that we got all of our swatches down, we are now going to write the title up here and then your descriptions down here. Which for me, I always write the brand, the weight, and the color name of the yarn. That's how I do it, just so I remember what colors I used. Just so if I need more in the future for anything, I can just go and buy the yarn because then I'll remember the color and the brand. So, in which for me, I write these in pen. I write everything in pen. But since I've gotten better at writing in pen, I won't trace, I won't write in pencil then go in with pen. But the title I will go in with pencil then with pen because I just want to make sure it's nice, clean, everything like that because it's a title. So, there are multiple, inspo for the title of, like for titles and stuff and headliners. So I'm gonna look on Pinterest a little bit to find another title, just so I don't have to do bubble letters again. And I'll come back once I have this whole full little organizer swatch filled out completely. And then we'll start on working out a different format for the page for the back. So it has been a minute. It's probably been a good hot minute because I've been busy and stuff. But I have all the info down. I think I'm gonna do the title later and get started on doing the page for the bag, just so I have it already done. But for the page, it's gonna be the same content as the last page. I think how I'm gonna do it though is probably do the title differently for sure. Probably do kind of have the picture in the middle, like the bag in the middle. And then what I'll do is probably have the start at the top, and then I'll fill in the other info around the space where the bag's gonna be. So the bag is the center, and then all the info will be around it. Alright, so no. Okay, so I have it all done, and this is what the swatch looks like now. Did all my info. Title looks good. The ink did bleed through a little bit with the highlighter, so if you do get the Sharpie S gel pens, I would say try not to color over them or wait until they're super dry and then color over it. But honestly, if you don't look at it too hard, you can't really see the black. Maybe right here above the O right here, but that's pretty much it. But she looks good. It's just, the black smeared a little bit, but honestly, it's my journal, so I don't care. But because I'm not that nitpicky about it, yeah, I want it to look good, but if it smears, I'm not super nitpicky, like unless if it's super noticeable. But it does look good. And then I did a rough sketch of how I want the page to set up. I did like all the writing. So I did the reminders or tips here, did the pattern and my notes on the pattern, did my least and favorites right here, and then I put the time right here and my title, and then this blank spot right here is gonna be where I put my doodle right here. And I will finish this page when I have the back done, just so I can finish it and have all my information. That is everything that we did today. I really love how the first one came out with the sweater. Really love how the page turned out, like super pretty. Like I was not expecting for this to come out super good. And even though it does not have all the colors in my sweater, it has most of it. But I really like this. I like this page a lot. And then love the swatch on my next one. Only 6 colors this time. And then the setup for the next page. But yeah, I hope y'all really enjoy this video. Will be most definitely doing more of these journal videos because I actually really like these, taking y'all with me on a new hobby that I have found. Because I literally just started this a couple days ago and I'm already in love with it. Adding stickers on it, writing more about my projects, and it honestly kind of helps like stray away from the usual crochet they do and just not crocheting for hours. But if you're a crocheter and you need a different hobby to do or something related to crochet, I would suggest doing a crochet journal. It's super beneficial and you're able to log all your projects that you've done and have all these memories, and you can make a cute little journal like I have. I will keep y'all posted. I'll probably post about the page on TikTok when I have the bag finished and everything, do like a little video for it. But that is basically everything from me. I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. All my socials will be in the description per usual. You know the gist of it. And I will see you guys next weekend for my next post. Bye!